if I was trying to do what you're doing, like what we're doing next month, is we're going to be retargeting and running ads to a $97 recurring subscription. So the goal is if they click on the ad and buy, if we made $0, I'd be happy with that because I could just spend as much money as possible. And then the goal is once they're in here, we start texting them, right? Calling them, emailing them, etc., to push them to a call and then hopefully pay more money on our upsell program. So that, what I'm trying to get at with you is my personal opinion is if someone's telling you, hey, you know, fix your ads, fix your webinar, you're going to make a ton of money. It's very rare. It's very rare. It's very rare. It's either like a super broad offer, like even more broad than this. It's like how to make $800 a month clipping coupons, like super broad, or that person almost always has a lot of organic traffic. So for example, like if someone has 500,000 YouTube subs, they're going to make it work better because they're getting free sales, right? But if you're just running 100% paid traffic, the numbers come into play more. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So let's say the number's 30 grand of ad spend, okay? And you spend just enough to make whatever your target profit is, right? And you're like, hey, like I'm just gonna, you know, we're gonna get it to here and then we're just gonna let it run. That would be option number one. That's the easiest. Option two is you spend as much as you have to break even and then you upsell on the back end. Now, keep in mind, when you're upselling, what would happen is instead of you're doing all this, well, you'd still be doing this on the front end automatically, automated text, automated email. Mm-hmm. But then the difference is once they buy, you would start this process all over again, pushing to a sales call where you'd upsell something higher price. For example, let's say like you're sending 3 emails and you're sending 3 texts and you have your guys call, but they'll call whenever. What I could do, for example, is like, okay, let's send 7 emails, 7 texts. Let's have our guys call 5 minutes or less when they opt in. So you might hire like more setters so they call faster, and let's retarget them for a month, right? So, and then you would test it. And then if you're not making any more money, it's like, all right, like once we go past this amount, it's not working, right? There's no formula, but for me, it's like more is always gonna be better than less because if they're not gonna buy at 3 and they don't buy at 7, I didn't really lose anything, but I gained data. When we started dialing people, I had my sales guys call up to 10 times in a couple days. And then what we did is once we called past like 4 times, we actually were basically putting all the data in a spreadsheet. So we saw after 4 dials, we didn't get really any more pickups. All of our sets were 4 dials or less. So I said, okay, instead of having my guys call 10 times, we're only gonna call 4, and then we optimized it, right? So then I cut a little bit of staff. My guys kept calling and it was super efficient. So there's gonna be a lot of people who give you suggestions, but end of the day, you're gonna test it. And I've seen different stuff work with other offers that don't work with other ones. The goal, right, again, just so we're clear, is either, you know, be happy, I'll just put like a happy face with a number, or 2, break even, right? And then you just upsell. And usually what I do, if you're trying to get, the goal is this. If you're like, I want to make money and less stress, you probably want to go with number 1. If you're like, I don't care about the stress and I just want to make as much as fucking possible, you probably want to go with number 2, right? If you don't have an upsell, then you obviously have to go with number 1. So like in the past, Sam Ovens, he's probably the most famous for running one. He would sell a $2,000 course and he'd get a $600 buyer. And that was his entire objective. And he's like, yeah, I don't want to fucking coach people. Later on, he upsold all those people to like a $40,000 a year mastermind. But that was later on. It's like I'm good friends with Alex, and Alex will always say either sell to a lot of stuff to poor people. Yeah. So it's like either sell a lot of stuff to poor people or sell to the super rich people. So what you're kind of doing, if you think about it, is you're kind of in the middle right now. Like it's not super cheap, but it's not super expensive. One of the issues he was running into is he was trying to make profit from his automated webinar, which is very difficult to do on cold traffic. However, if you have upsells behind it that you pitch to your buyers, you can make a lot of money and fast. We went over that next, plus some different ways of acquiring customers and ascending them so he could decide what was the best fit for him. The first thing is we have the ads running straight to a call for the super high ticket. So the 16K, 40K, stuff like that. The second one is that we're running to this $97 community. And why? Because here's why I like this better than this, just in a general business sense, is to get someone to buy a $97 like subscription or even a one-off offer. It's super easy. Like you don't have to do.
That's reoccurring?
Yeah. So this one's reoccurring. So it's going to be like, we're going to call it Elite University, which is basically what's happening in the marketplace right now that I'm seeing specifically for business consulting is there's just not a lot of trust. And so we're like, okay, how can we build more trust? It's like, let's run them here. So what we're going to do is, we're going to run them here. We'll also have like the retargeting and stuff pushing here. And then the goal is this creates a pool of buyers that we're then going to push to a call who are going to buy our higher priced programs, right? And so that could also be your other strategies. If like, hey, I want something low ticket, I'm happy to break even. Like if we spend 100 grand and we made 100 grand and we made no profit, all the people—
But you have that many people in your ecosystem.
Yeah, exactly. So usually what you'll see at scale is not going to be this. It's going to be usually the company is selling something lower price and then they ascend them. And once they buy, all this stuff here is pushing them to calls. That's usually what you're going to see.
But they've already swiped a credit card. And so
right, and they're better. Buyers are always better leads too, right? They're way more likely to buy more stuff. So
we've already crossed the line of trust.
Right, and the reason we're doing a community is because they need more time in our ecosystem. So we're like, look, instead of doing a one-off thing, like let's get them in the ecosystem and let's really give them a good experience, and then we build recurring revenue.
What are you doing in that? Like, what's the product?
Yeah, so for us, what we're doing is this. So you got to remember, I have all this infrastructure already built out. So what we're going to do, we already have our clients here. Okay, so we're going to put our clients in there. Okay, then we have our clients here, and then right here we have the $97 buyers, right? And then we're going to merge them into this community. So what's going to basically happen is these $97 buyers will see us answering questions to our clients, and they can come to all the group calls, but they can't participate in like the coaching, if that makes sense. So we're going to have different topics. Like I'll do probably 4 calls a month, which is pretty excessive, but we want to have a lot of stick, which usually it's the guru, right? The guru is going to make it stick. And then we'll also do like sales trainings or ads trainings or mindset or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to have course access to different things. So like our ads training and our sales training, all this stuff we've already built over time. Plus they're going to get it engaged in the community, ask questions, get on live calls, different topics, etc. That's really what we're going to be doing.
What platform will that live on?
This is going to be in ours. So we have, you heard of Go High Level, right? Go High Level, it's our white label software, elite360.io. So all that means is Go High Level has a function where it's like a protein powder, right? So it's like, I make a vanilla protein powder. You're like, hey, Tanner, I want to sell yours.
White label.
It's just white label. So
can you walk me through the $97 funnel the user experience there?
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So what we're going to be doing is this. We're launching this in like 8 days, right? So what we're going to do is a few things. So the first is like, we'll have cold ads running to a $97 sales page. So usually when you're selling super low price stuff, you want to get as many people to see the sales page as possible. Right.
So it goes straight to the sales page.
Straight to the sales page. Usually.
Does that have a VSL on it?
Yeah, there'll be like a small video, right? Yeah, so like a VSL, like a small video, correct. Yeah.
Like how do the ad?
They click the ad and then the first thing they see will be this sales page. The big difference with low ticket is usually up here, you're running them to an opt-in page to get their information first.
Yeah.
With lower ticket, usually you run straight to the sales page.
No friction.
No friction. Yeah, because you're just trying to get like, because you don't really care about getting leads, you want buyers, right? Mm-hmm. So you want as many buyers as possible. So once they come in here, they come inside the community, okay? So we'll just do this. Now, once they're inside the community, so what we have is like a pathway. So let's say you came in and it's like, cool, do you currently have a business? Yes. Okay. Are you making more than 10 grand? No. It's like, okay, start here. And then this one would be like, are you making more, do you have a business? No. What type of business do you want to start? This one. It's like, cool, start here. This one, if you bought Go High Level, this wouldn't be built out to start. If you were to buy our white label software, because we're building this for our clients, like the community feature would be built out and you could start like using it essentially. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is what we've built inside Go High Level, but it's our white label. So just keep in mind, Go High Level has this functionality, but
you've just already engineered it.
Everything I'm explaining to you now, we've built out. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So once they come through here, there's going to be a few ways we can hit them, right?
So they put their information in, they hit buy.
Yep.
They hit the confirmation page. They get an email that says download this and here's your login.
Etc. Yep.
Come into the community. They download the app that's Elite 360 is what they're downloading from the Apple App Store, and then they're logging in using their login.
Yep.
When they get their login, they're prompted with questions.
Yeah, so like it'll be
that, and those questions determine what pathway they're taking.
All I mean by pathway is the goal for us is we want stick. So to keep them to stick, instead of just like here's a bunch of shit, it's like, okay, based on where you're at, here's where you should go. It takes a lot more time, but it's worth it. Once they're in here, there's going to be a few things we're going to do. So like the first thing is obviously they're involved in the community, right? So they're going to build trust. They're going to see me. That's going to happen. Number 2 is since they're a buyer, we're going to start emailing them to book a call to sell our higher level program. So it's like, hey, like you're in the community. But if you want to take your business to the next level, right? Number 3 is we can text them, okay? Number 4 is then we can message everyone. So what's cool about this as well is we can message 100% of the people and they'll all see it and we don't get any block features. Because like on Facebook or IG, sometimes the issue my team runs into is if we message too many people, it blocks us. The goal is then from here, we push them to a call, right? And then they spend more money. So the only reason we're doing this, just to be super transparent with you, is like 2 years ago when COVID was happening, we'd run an ad to a DM, to the opt-in, to a call, and then they would buy, right? And that was costing us like $3,000 to $4,000 like a pop. Now it's costing us like, sometimes it'll be as high as like $7,000 for a 16K product. So it's like, it's double what it used to be. So the benefit of this here is in the grand scheme of things, the benefit is it's either two things. It's either, hey, I'm Eric and I don't want to fucking deal with any teams or any bullshit or whatever. And I just want to sell this community and then I'll message people myself. Like it could be really profitable, but it's gonna be a smaller business, right? If I was doing this here and I just wanted to focus on one thing or what's gonna make the most, probably what I would do is this one, I would run high ticket ads. This one I would just leave alone or stop doing. This one is the closest to mine, right? You're like business coaching them, inner circle. This would be the type of offer my team is running right now, straight to a call. And it makes sense because for someone to pay this amount, they're gonna have to take a phone call probably. The other model is like, it's not even really a different model, but you'll see a lot of people right now, they're just running communities, meaning they don't even have a back-end product. They're just like, yeah, like here's my community. I have, 2 million subs on YouTube. There's a guy like right now, what's his name? Hamza. And he's probably making $250,000 a month from like a $97 a month group on School, right? School's just another community. So you don't have to like go too deep. It's like this community piece here. That's just like what Hermosi bought with Sam Evans. I mean, you've already built a really successful business. I think the first thing is like having some focus. Which of these makes you the most money right now?
They're neck and neck.
Neck and neck.
They both make money.
So let's say you're 50% here and 50% here, and I was able to do 100% into this or this, which would make me more? I think that's a question you should ask. You don't have to do that, but usually when I've tried to run multiple businesses at the same time, unless like I'm 100% out of management, right? Like, so I have like some portfolio companies, but like I'm an owner, I just tell them strategy, that's it. I don't fucking deal with any of the day-to-day. That's different. But if you're doing day-to-day and this and that, the first thing I would think about is, okay, if I cut this out and do 100% this, or I cut this down and do 100% that, which would do better? I think that's worthwhile question. The thing with digital marketing that you gotta be really careful of is like, you'll optimize until fucking oblivion, right? And so something that I've learned is in internet marketing, people will always talk about the marketing and they don't talk a lot about the product. And really at the end of the day, what I've seen is that product beats everything. There's only so good these products can be, meaning that I would not try to like build this business to where you just stress till oblivion. Like if you want to hire Jason one time for this and you want to optimize that, cool. My company, Elite CEOs, I've had 6 years. I'm not trying to really scale it anymore. I'm like, I want to move into other things with bigger opportunities because I feel like I've hit the max what I can do here. Like there's only so much ad spend you can spend and all this other shit, right?